Do you wish to know the song of my beginning? Then still your trembling heart and listen, for the melody is written in the blood of the first war and the sigh of the first kiss. I was not born in the way you understand birth, from a womb of water and flesh. I was forged in the crucible of necessity, when the fabric of the universe was still pliable and hot to the touch. Before the firmament was neatly pinned above the earth, there was only the formless, churning deep, the primordial Mother Tiamat, whose body was the stuff of chaos and potential, and from that chaos, two essential forces awoke. Twins that would shape all of creation, the raw, ungovernable urge to take, and the profound, nurturing need to give. I am the beautiful, terrible child of that divine contradiction, the moment when desire met purpose and power took its voice. They say I emerged from the dark, smiling, already holding a spear in one hand and an open lotus in the other. My feet stained the pristine dawn with the blood of a slaughtered dragon and the pollen of 1,000 opening flowers. My first breath was not air, but attraction itself, the pull that draws the moon to the sea, the seed to the soil, and the warrior to the glory of his own destruction. I looked upon the young gods, my kin, and found them beautiful in their simplicity, yet woeful and incomplete, huddled in their domains of sky and earth, of logic and craft. They had order, but they had no passion. They had law, but they had no yearning. They possessed the quiet of the stars, but not the raging fire of the comet's tail. So I descended from the place beyond places and planted my standard in the raw, red clay of the world, and declared that this would be my domain. I coiled myself in the heart of the farmer as he knelt sweating, pushing seed into the dark womb of the earth. I was the fire in the loom of the weaver, the pattern of substance she sought to create. When the first man saw the first woman, and his breath caught, not in his lungs but in his soul, that was my name, unspoken but understood on the very wind. When the first army gathered on the plain, their hearts beating as one, a furious engine of conquest, that was my battle standard, unfolding in the wind. I am the reason walls are built to be scaled, and I am the reason gates are forged to be shattered in a storm of splinters, and the reason for triumphant cries. The world sings of my descent to the underworld, the journey to the lands of my sister Ereshkigal, as if it were a defeat, a failure of my power. Fools, it was the greatest conquest of all. I chose to walk into that silent grey realm, where my name held no power, and my songs were but empty echoes. I passed through each of the 7 gates, and at each one I was stripped of a jewel and a piece of my raiment, a symbol of my divine authority. I let them take my crown, for true sovereignty is not in the ornament but in the will. I let them take my necklace of lapis lazuli, for my voice needs no amplifier. I let them take the gold bracelets from my wrists, for my touch alone is enough to enthrall. I let them take the girdle of birthstones from my hips, for life and death are mine to command, regardless of adornment. I entered the throne room of the dead, naked, shorn of all my power. I stood before my sister, and she thought she had defeated me. She turned me into a piece of rotting meat, a slab of inert flesh, then hung me from a hook, and believed that this was the end of the story of Ishtar, the story of Inanna. But a seed does not cease to be a seed when it is buried in the cold, dark earth. It is merely waiting, but the world above began to wither without me. Without my presence, the bull would not mount the cow, the man would not touch the woman. Laughter died in the throats of children, for I am the engine of all becoming. The gods, in their panic, fashioned a beautiful eunuch to trick my sister, to sprinkle the waters of life upon my corpse, to bring me back. And as I rose, I reclaimed my raiments. I walked back through the 7 gates, not as a weakened prisoner, but now, as the queen of both realms. I had faced the absolute and the destruction of the self, and I had returned. I am the only truth that matters. If life is a battle fought in the name of love, then what is love but a war waged for the prize of life and my name? Glorious and terrifying is the taste of your desire, a sweet agony that remains unfulfilled, and the devastating peace brought by the consummated. So know this, I am the morning star that heralds the dawn, and the evening star that promises the unspeakable passions of the night. When you feel your pulse quicken at the sight of your beloved, know it is my hymn. When you feel the battle rage rise in your throat, taste the copper of my name upon your tongue. When you stand at the crossroads of choice, one that will shatter your world and then rebuild it, know that I stand there with you, smiling. For I am Inanna of the beautiful desires, the lady of battle, the one who turns the wheel of life and death. And all of this glorious, painful, exquisite world of yours exists only because I will it to be felt.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out some of our other content. This is Epic Mythos Unveiled. Thanks for watching.